cross?
Holy shit!
Oh.
And
if I could, toward the end of that,
in my opinion,
large paragraph, you'd agree it says, sometime during the incident, my Gen 4 Glock 27 that had a belt clip attached fell off my waist, correct?
Correct.
Okay, that's a lie, right? Your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, then he fired, right?
Correct.
oh shit!
That's it!
That's it.
I would have kept this guy on the stand for hours.
No, I think it's
sure,
smarter
if
to
he's
keep
enough.
it shorter so that they
Hold
can
on.
remember
Oh,
what he's
shit.
saying.
Oh,
Richards isn't doing the
Chirafisi.
cross?
Holy shit!
Oh.
Oh, let's do a shot for that one.
No, this is a great move. He's been way better. Sorry guys for the low
All
volume in advance. Chirafisi has never heard of a microphone in his entire life.
He's also a cage tiger. We like to call that where
Look at how far away he gets.
Mr. Grosskreutz.
Yeah. a cage tiger's and he's like a tiger in a cage going back and forth.
Do you remember telling the officer who interviewed you, sometime during the incident, my Gen 4 Glock 27 that has a belt clip attached fell off my waist? Remember that?
I don't recall saying that, no.
Just turn up your volume, guys.
ASMR.
Explaining the interwebs after dark.
I'm going to show you what has been marked as exhibit number 69 for identification. Do you recognize that document?
I do.
Okay. And that's, if I could be fair, I'm not going to stand by you the whole time, so I'm sorry, but is that your signature?
That is.
Okay. And it appears that that is, it says on 8/25/20 at 11:30 p.m. at 6300 Sheridan Road, and then it goes on a narrative version of your statement. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
They should have dragged
And
us out
if I
through
could,
lunch,
toward the end of that
in my opinion.
large paragraph, you'd agree it says, sometime during the incident, my Gen 4 Glock 27 that had a belt clip attached fell off my waist, correct?
Correct.
Okay. That's a lie, right?
I wouldn't say that's a lie, no.
You didn't take the Glock out of your back here and run with it?
I did.
So it didn't fall off your waist. It was in your hand.
That's correct.
So you would say that's not a lie?
Holy
No,
shit.
I would say it isn't.
Okay, and you told that.
That's a good impeachment right there.
Is that true?
I don't know.
He just looks like an idiot now.
Same exhibit, sir.
Oh my God. To
next
my
sentence.
editor, please clip
I
this.
told multiple
What a fucking disaster that was.
officers that I dropped my firearm, right?
Correct.
Okay. Now,
Da, 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 da. Hey.
you were chasing Mr. Rittenhouse with your gun, right?
You are-
You were chasing him with your gun? Yes?
No.
Were you following
You
with
didn't
me?
chase him down Sheridan Road, pulling your gun, chasing after him. That's a lie. You're saying that didn't happen.
I'm not saying that it didn't happen, but I wasn't chasing the defendant.
You were running after him?
No.
No.
I thought he was Forrest Gump and he was running across America and I wanted to join him.
Did you ever get charged for not telling the truth to the police about dropping your gun?
No.
Did you ever tell the police in here on this statement that you actually had a firearm in your hand and pointed it at the defendant?
No, I did not.
You never told him you had a gun at all.
He's doing
in
it
terms of as you had an interaction with Mr. Rittenhouse. True?
That is correct.
Yeah, the
Chirafisi's eviscerating this guy.
And I know you said you don't know, but Jason Lekowski testified that he picked up that firearm that he believes belonged to you, and there was one in the chamber. Do you dispute that that could be true?
No, I did not.
Now, you had talked about your purpose of being there that evening. You're a member of our Wisconsin Revolution, are you not?
No, I'm not.
You're a member of the People's Revolution?
No, I'm not.
Have you spoken at their rallies?
I haven't won.
And during that rally, have you made statements such as "Long live the revolution"?
I have.
And you have no affiliation with them, though.
Affiliation, yes.
Okay, there's some of those people in the crowd.
Affiliation, but not a member.
Yes.
Now, your first statement to Officer, I think it's Birch, on the morning of
Get 'em.
26th. When he's asking you about what happened,
Someone
I
said,
have
"Look,
this
he
right.
is
You
card
don't
carrying, but."
explain at all to him
I don't know how the card got in my pocket.
as to how you approached Mr. Rittenhouse with your gun, correct?
Can am I able to? I don't know.
You
I
know?
don't remember specifically.
Good,
on the
good
topic.
answer. Like
In
good
fact,
answer for
6
sure.
hours after you had
You don't
been
even remember?
shot, you had a lawyer, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you wanted to stop the interview with the police because you had a lawyer, right?
That is correct.
And this is a civil lawyer, right?
That is one thing that she represents. Yes.
Okay.
But she's a
And
criminal law.
she's in court today, right?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Oh yeah, he's been coached.
And I know this wasn't addressed,
Or
but
prepped. I should
you
say
have-
prepped.
Yeah, prepped, fully prepped,
Yes.
wonderfully prepped, beautiful with a little basil.
Tremendous preparation.
It's got a nice spice rub, a little bit of glaze. I mean,
a little bit of that Mao Zedong zest.
I'm going to reiterate while they're on downtime, Binger should have dragged this out to lunch. These guys are going to go to lunch having this guy's credibility shredded right before their break. I mean,
Yeah.
and they only had an hour between now and lunch. It's not like
Oh,
the jury's
Binger
going
could
to
have
be
played some
fatigued.
fucking video.
know
Yeah,
that-
I mean he's a pro at that.
That is correct.
filed on your behalf by your lawyer, right?
That is correct. Yes.
Making a notice or telling, among others, the city and county of Kenosha that you would like $10 million.
Oh boy, here it goes. Okay.
That is correct.
This is his civil lawsuit against the police.
I did.
Yeah.
Coming out against the citizens that are now
So
sitting
this
in the
is
jury box. That are gonna
this
have
is
to pay.
also
You
and
never
this is also
mentioned that you
showing
had
up.
possessed a firearm. You know that?
That is correct.
You left that part out.
Holy
That is
shit!
correct.
Judge, I would move 62.
He left that out of his complaint?
You then had, shortly thereafter, I want to say in October.
And he just admitted to it
I'm gonna show you
under
what
oath.
it is.
Yep.
Civil lawsuit tanked.
You have now
Yep.
filed a lawsuit in federal court. Is that right?
That is correct.
Did you read that?
Yes, I did.
In that document, you again failed to mention that you possessed a firearm. Is that right?
That is correct.
So in these documents that you are filing with courts, you are leaving out the fact that you had possessed a firearm when you were shot, right?
Holy fuck.
That is correct.
Oh my God.
And this is, so to be fair, this is your testimony today. And how this case turns out has an impact on your ability to try to collect your.
Going right to his motivations.
That is
That he has
correct.
a financial interest in this testimony.
If Rittenhouse is convicted, your chance of getting $10 million is better, right?
I'm not entirely sure how that plays out.
It
Haven't had
doesn't
any
play out well
conversations with
now.
your lawyer about that?
Oh boy.
Conversations with his lawyer. Okay, fair enough. You're aware that if Mr. Rittenhouse is convicted, your chances of getting the $10 million are better?
I'm not objecting. This has been asked and answered. I don't think he's got.
No, he didn't answer.
Judge,
Well, I sustained on the first round.
I would move 63.
Yeah, nice
Okay.
try by Binger.
Receive.
Good objection, but good to get that in front of the jury.
Yep. Yep. Now he doesn't look quite so honorable and clean.
So you
Oh, it's
were
not even
asked
done yet.
by, Attorney
He
Baker
may have-
about a live stream,
May have
that you had
demolished
been
his
running
civil
that
suits
right?
out of hand.
That is correct.
All right. And there are, as far as I can tell, 3 instances in which you see, at least on that live stream, you see Mr. Rittenhouse. You agree with that?
Yes, I would.
Okay. Do you have them?
You spell his name, by the way, Chirafisi. Chirafisi. Someone
And
asked
Rittenhouse-
earlier.
Rittenhouse spelling bee.
During that first contact, which we'll see,
The prosecutioner.
you're filming, you had talked a little bit about this. You were filming him. 23:45.
Oh, it was video. Okay.
Oh, they're gonna get him so dirty on.
That's fine. Just wait. You gotta put them all on.
Oh, so he filmed him earlier in the evening. Now we got Kyle's statement's going to come in. They're going to object to hearsay on this one again. That'll be funny. I mean, this guy is just, I mean, he's just picking him apart. This is phenomenal. It's
Yeah.
way better than I expected to happen.
No, I don't define the police because I ain't one that got carried down. I don't think you understand what defund means. We're not asking for abolition yet. We're asking for social programs to be funded. So we don't end up with more redneck asses like you. Yeah, when I see on the street, I'm going to put these hands on that bitch.
This is my like 5th time tonight.
I don't like being tear gas. Nobody likes being tear gas.
I understand what you guys are out here. There's a lot of fucking people from out of town last night. I'm not seeing as many people from out of town this night. I don't think it's
No, and like our whole national authority last night, they were gonna push y'all to us, have y'all get pissed off at us, and then wrap you guys the fuck up. Right. So that's
Time that you saw him have contact with people who were carrying the woman, you had said?
Yes.
And now, to be fair, you didn't think he was doing work as an EMT properly, right?
In that instance?
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't say that.
You wouldn't say that you thought he was doing it? How did you think he was doing it?
I hadn't even observed the defendant administer anything, so at that point,
You didn't see him threaten anybody, right?
no, I did not.
You didn't see him point his gun at anyone?
No, I did not.
Didn't see him raising his voice in an agitated manner or anything like that?
No, I did not.
And I know you said that you heard people say something along the lines of "Don't go to them." Do you help her out?
No, I do not.
Okay. Now later on, 31.
Whoops.
3100. Later on, you see him walking. Would that be fair? Right? You can play it from right there.
Big hero helping, but doesn't help the person that he knows is going to refuse medical help.
looks like the Boogaloo Boys, the good old boys rolling up. Got you right there. Got you right there.
You fucking laughing? Fuck you!
Yeah.
So you hear him say, "Anybody need a medic?" Right?
Correct.
Natalie, go ahead.
Got our own medics. You're good. You can go home. Fucking stupid.
And that's you, right?
Speaking?
Yeah.
That is correct.
So you say you can go home, you fucking stooge. right?
Correct.
He didn't do anything.
Interesting.
No.
You didn't see him threaten anyone, did you?
No, I did not.
You didn't see him act aggressive toward anyone, did you?
No, I did not.
Wow.
Again, whether you agree that he's a medic or not,
Like
he's
you said,
asking
legal
people if they
mindset.
need help. Agreed?
Yep.
That is correct.
His own fucking video. Because these woke people have gotten way too comfortable.
Mr. Binger had asked you about this one, and this is the time that Mr. Rittenhouse is, you videotaped him. That's fine right there. Go ahead.
Hey, your job isn't to be in the streets. You guys stay on your property. That's why you got problems already with people.
So you see him pulling a dumpster out of the road, right?
Correct.
And you'd agree on normal situation, a dumpster's not supposed to be in the road.
In normal situations, yes.
And you hear somebody telling him, hey, that's not your job. You're not to do that, right?
That is correct.
He doesn't react to that person at all, does he?
No, he does not.
He doesn't threaten that person in any way.
This is smart because he's showing
He doesn't.
he's dealing with all kinds of people shouting at him, and he's being calm and he's being.
To be fair, he ignores that person, doesn't
I think that's a fair way of putting it.
he? Okay. And in terms of the next time you really see him is your contact with him on Sheridan Road after the shooting of Joseph Rosenbaum, right?
That's correct.
This should have come with a
Now-
graphic content warning.
You were asked, were you armed with a firearm? And you said that you were.
One was,
Mr. Binger said, what do you bring? And you said keys, wallet, whatever else, and a gun, right?
I did say that, yeah.
Kind of standard operating procedure
Just
for
now.
people in the summer of 2020.
Yeah.
Not just the summer of 2020.
Oh, so you had carried your firearm at times previous to that.
That's correct.
Illegally.
And you're doing that for personal protection, correct?
Correct.
Okay, here we go.
You're carrying it concealed, are you not?
That is correct.
It's unlawful for you to carry it concealed. Is that not true?
Unlawful?
Yeah, you can't carry a concealed
Objection
weapon
calls for a
without
legal
a
conclusion.
CCW permit, right?
Except that he already kind of admitted to that earlier.
I know,
That
but
is
he doesn't know
correct.
the
You have
legality of it.
to open carry. You have to have, been talking about people with their guns out. You have to
This is
carry
what you were saying earlier, Nick.
out if you don't have a CCW permit, right?
That is correct.
And you didn't have a CCW permit, did you?
I did have a CCW
It
permit.
wasn't valid, correct?
After the fact, yes, I found out that it was not.
So
Bullshit.
have you been charged for
Eh.
unlawfully carrying a firearm?
No, I have not.
Nailed it.
So you're carrying a gun for protection in your, if I have it right, back here, right?
That is correct.
And I'm motioning into my, kind of my belt area.
Correct.
Now, your first contact with Mr. Rittenhouse, I think you had testified that you believed that he said to you that he was going to the police, or that he was working with the
If you want to teach a
right?
class on how to
That is
cross a key witness, I mean, Chirafisi is doing a
Right here.
magnificent
Well,
job.
This is the master class right here.
which is the first statement you gave to law enforcement, right?
Correct.
I like the class.
You told law enforcement, I heard the guy say, quote, that he pulled the gun on me first, unquote. Right?
That is correct.
So you never say to the police during your interview, he told me he was working with you guys.
Mm.
Do you?
That is correct.
Oops.
So when you make contact with Mr. Rittenhouse,
He's looking slimy.
tell me if this is fair. And I'm not, Mr. Binger's asked witnesses to do this, so I'm going to ask you to do the same. Probably watched videos, you've probably seen all this. I'm asking you to put yourself back there at that time, okay?
That was nice.
You know shots are fired, right?
Correct.
Okay. And the only information that you have is Mr. Rittenhouse saying, according to you, he pulled the gun on me first, right?
Correct.
Ooh.
And based on that, you believe there's an active shooter.
Not solely on that, but yes.
You don't have any information, correct?
I had minimal information.
And in fact, what he says to you was, I'm going to the police, correct?
That is correct.
And he's running toward the police, isn't he?
That is correct.
Okay. So and tell me if this is right. You have no idea what happened with Mr. Rosenbaum, do you?
Apart from, no,
I'm just
no,
on that day.
correct.
You
And
just transitioned from today in hindsight to on that day very seamlessly. That was
tells
good.
you he's running, and
Mhm.
he tells you whatever he tells you. I'm going to the police, or what you think is, he pulled the gun first, and he's running away from you, right? He's running north on Sheridan Road. Yes.
Correct.
And he's running away from where you're standing. True?
Correct.
You at that
He's
point
retreating.
He's got him into a good
pull
rhythm.
a firearm out from your belt and begin to chase him. True?
That is not true.
I didn't chase him. I was running in the same direction.
Yeah. He's gonna fight on the word chase.
He wants him to say it's not true over and over. By the
I'm
way,
gonna
he
show you
wants
what has
him.
been marked as Exhibit 35.
He wants him to lie about what he's doing,
Because then he looks dirty.
and the
Yep,
jury
and
sees
the video's got it.
you're clearly going after.
That's a
this guy.
picture of you, is that right?
On the right-hand side with the blue cap and Yeah.
You can look there where this is you, right?
correct.
Okay. And you're digging into your waistband in the back, are you not?
Yes,
Ooh.
That's where your gun is located,
Ooh.
is it not?
that is correct.
Okay. Do you
Kyle's
see
not even
Kyle
on the
Rittenhouse
ground
in
yet.
picture?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. So if we can be fair here, this isn't him, right?
No, it is not.
And you don't believe that's him.
I don't believe so, no.
Okay, and you'd agree none of these other people are him either.
I think that's a fair thing to say, yes.
Not even in the frame.
What do you think,
Damn.
to the best of your ability? How far that guy's ahead of you?
Oh, this is good.
It'd be hard to tell, but based on
20, 30
what I can
feet?
see here, maybe 30 feet.
Okay. So you believe, based on this, Mr. Rittenhouse is more than 30 feet ahead of you because he's not behind that guy, right?
Yes,
So he's 30 feet, at least 30 feet ahead of you. You look like at that point you're moving. Is that right?
that is correct.
Okay. So with him 30 feet ahead of you, running away from you, at that point you pull your firearm and begin to chase him, correct?
No.
You don't begin to chase him?
It's the word chase that he doesn't like.
I do not.
You head in the direction that he's running. Yes?
Correct.
You just happen to be running in that direction? It has nothing to do with Kyle Rittenhouse running in that direction?
No, it does have to do with the defendant running in that direction, yes.
I was just running after him. I
you were
wasn't
trying
chasing
to
him. I was
chase
just
him
running
down.
after him.
No.
He
Let him
looks
say it.
evasive.
Well, yeah, let him
Yeah.
look ridiculous. Let him,
And
let him
notice,
do it.
Yeah.
Chirafisi will not
You can
ask
hear
him
people
why were
yelling
you
at that
going.
point. Get him,
That's a terrible question.
get
He's
his
doing
ass, things
amazing.
like that, right?
That is correct, yes.
Did you hear, there's one that I've heard on this, and I don't know if you've heard it. Cranium that boy. Did you hear that?
I've heard it after the fact. In that moment, I do not
Play
recall.
it one more time.
Okay. But you acknowledge you hear get him and get his ass.
Correct, I do.
So fair at that point, you believe those people are chasing him down.
Yes, I do.
And
Oh, those people are.
I'm going to
I'm
use
not,
the
but
word
those
God, you
people.
use whatever word you want. It's getting bigger as they're running, isn't it? More people are joining this.
I think that's a fair thing to say.
The herd was chasing him. I was just
And-
running with the herd, but I wasn't chasing him.
This is way better than I even
You
hoped
believe,
for.
well, tell me if this is true.
He's just
You
walking
are
into it.
concerned for Kyle Rittenhouse's safety.
I
Yes, I
just
was.
kept running.
You were concerned because you saw, and I'm going to refer to him as the only way we refer to him, jump kick man. So you see this guy kick him in the face. True?
I do not see Jump Kick Man kick him in the face.
I can't take that name
See
seriously.
him
Sorry.
attempt to kick him in the face?
From my perspective, I didn't see any specific motion regarding kicking, but it is fair to say that I did observe jump kick man going over the defendant.
Okay. And he's going, if you remember, he's going over to the defendant with his foot in the air.
What might be called a jump kick.
No, this is great.
I just saw him put his foot up into the air, but it was not a jump kick. At least I would not define it as a jump kick.
And
With
before
a
I
skip.
bring it up, to be fair, you're making up ground on Mr. Rittenhouse, correct? As you're running in his direction.
Correct.
Okay, you eventually catch him.
Correct.
Come up to him, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Pizza attorney is dead right now.
Look at Big Boy.
He is dying. He is dying.
They know they're getting. This is their star witness, and they're getting just picked apart like crows feasting on the dead.
You better have those Subway coupons ready.
Oh boy.
That was such a great shot of the co-counsel just. God, I hope that hot lunch gets here soon. They're like, where's the hot lunch? Every day it's been early. They did not want to give this guy an hour.
Oh boy.
You turn around, or whichever you want to do. You see that going on, correct?
Correct.
So, if we're being honest with one another, he appears to be trying to kick him in the face, right?
In this photograph, yes.
Okay. How far away from this when it's going on are you?
I don't recall how far away I was exactly when this action occurred.
You're a matter of feet, right?
I think that's a fair thing to say.
Okay.
Close.
Huber's got
All
his
right, and
skateboard in
you-
the background.
You're seeing this, so you are having some concern, maybe as a medic or while you're training.
For Kyle's
that
safety.
Kyle Rittenhouse is in physical danger. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay. So
Wow.
He's
he's
setting him
Completely
up.
in
reasonable.
physical danger because he's being attacked, right? That's fair.
It's a fair thing to say, yes.
Wow.
So
They
you
got
see
him to
that-
admit it.
Then you see, can you bring up the Huber picture, please? Then you see Mr. Then you know that, you didn't know it then, but you know now that's Anthony Huber, right?
Correct.
Okay. And you saw this happening, right?
Correct.
And it was no
Skateboard
more
on the head.
than you away probably at that point, true?
I don't recall, but that's probably fair. Yes.
And in fact, you had mentioned to the officers that you even recalled Mr. Huber holding onto the trucks of that skateboard when he was striking you, right?
Correct.
And that, to be fair, as a medic, that concerned you, did it not?
I think anytime that there's a risk of head trauma, it's a risk.
Yeah, no, fair enough. So
He got him to say head trauma.
you believe that
Oh
this
my
picture,
God, that
one of the reasons you
Head
wanted
trauma
to
is
intervene
quintessential serious
was you
bodily
believe
harm.
that Mr. Rittenhouse was
But he's
in
stroking
danger
his
of
ego
being
as
I
an
hope-
EMT.
hurt, right?
In part, yes.
I hope they use his use
And-
of head trauma in closing.
You had
I
mentioned
really hope
to
so.
the police
That's huge.
that evening that you tried telling Mr. Huber, you just said the guy, but you tried telling the guy to stop hitting him with the skateboard. Is that right?
That is what I put in my statement, yes.
Is that true?
Say it
With
isn't.
the benefit of hindsight, I don't believe that to be true, no.
Okay, so when you told that to
Perjury.
the police that you told the guy with the skateboard to stop
Now
hitting
that
him,
I've had time to
Correct.
financially motivate myself, I don't think that's true
That is
anymore.
correct.
Again, Big Boy has the worst poker face ever. Every time it cuts to him, look at Big Boy. It's phenomenal.
He's like this.
He is the buffet today
Yes.
of
Now,
great
your
reaction.
original statement then
Buffet of
to
sadness.
the police
Binger's like,
was,
God damn
I
it.
tried telling the guy to stop hitting him with the skateboard. The guy on the ground then turned over, racked the weapon, and pointed his gun at me and shot me, right?
That is correct, yes.
You omitted the idea. You omitted the fact that you ran up on him and had a Glock pistol in your hand, right? You left that out.
Correct.
Whoa!
Would you think in a case where you are shot, that providing the police information that you were actually possessing a firearm at the time would be relevant?
I think that's fair, yes.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So you didn't think it was
Binger,
relevant to tell him that
object.
day, correct?
We got to be fair. Binger needs to object.
It's not that I didn't think it wasn't relevant. After the defendant had shot me, I had just gotten out of surgery when the Kenosha police officers had arrived and just gone through one of the most traumatic experiences of my life, both emotionally and physically. I just
So your
gotten out of
entire
surgery.
testimony is unreliable now?
Had just been sedated. I was on
Think-
pain meds. So
Go ahead, I'm sorry. I don't want to.
You think Binger's going to try and discredit this
it
witness
wouldn't
next?
have been full.
Then he's got no more witnesses left.
You were
Is
asked
this their last witness
that,
for
that
sure?
same statement, what you
Think
did
Not
so.
for
for
sure,
work,
but
and you
I
refused
think so.
to answer that, right?
That is correct.
So you made a conscious decision to not answer that.
That is correct.
You weren't so drugged that you couldn't answer that question, right?
I refused because I was worried for my safety.
My point is that you had a thoughtful
Your
process
safety.
not to answer that. True?
That is correct.
You told this officer specifically what Mr. Rittenhouse was wearing, correct?
That is correct.
You had a thoughtful process, even though you just got out of surgery and were drugged and whatever else was going on, which I understand. You were still able to answer all those questions to the best of your ability, and they were accurate, right?
To the best of my ability, yes.
Okay. So the fact that you failed to mention that you possessed a firearm when you were shot and that you dropped it, were those things that you forgot because of your medication?
I would say not only the medication, but also the traumatic experience that I'd just gone through.
And your
And you
fear for your
understand it's
safety.
the only information that you appeared to have forgotten that puts you with a gun directly in front of him, right?
That is correct.
Hello, darkness,
Keep going.
my old friend.
Keep going to lunch, at least, please.
You got a request for it in the chat, guys.
Yeah.
You are also then interviewed again by law enforcement in September.
Please
right?
bring up the media interviews.
That is
too.
correct.
Oh, there's no way they're not. He's gonna
You bring your lawyer.
fatality this.
Correct.
Mr. Binger's there?
Not in person.
Okay, but he's present in there.
He is attending the meeting, yes.
And there were three,
Sorry, he was present via Zoom.
okay, and there were a total, if you remember, 3 prosecutors present, right?
The only 2 people who I were aware were their official capacity was the lead detective, Ben Antaramian, hopefully I pronounced that correctly, and then Mr. Binger.
Okay,
But
so-
as for the other people, I'm sure they mentioned their names, but those were the 2 people that stuck out, I guess I should say.
Fair.
So the people that you recall, Detective Antaramian, Mr. Binger, your lawyer, and you.
Correct.
And you were asked on that day, which would be, now that would be your second statement. You were asked about what had happened, right?
Correct.
Did you mention the gun in your second statement?
And
I'm going to go with no.
Had you viewed some of the video between the shooting and the interview that you gave on, I think it was the 24th of September?
I can't say for sure, but I would say it's a very fair guess that I had at least
Yeah,
seen
you
something at that
you
point,
did.
or by that point.
And in that interview,
And anytime a witness changes their story over time, it just
answer
opens
any
the door for funny business.
about the shooting, do you?
No, I do not.
They didn't even ask about the shooting?
This lead detective on a homicide case where you are also shot is trying to gather information to figure out exactly what went on, and you refuse to answer questions about that, right?
Specifically about the shooting?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Was that your decision or your lawyer's decision?
That was the advice that my counsel gave me.
So your
Binger should have objected to
counsel
that.
wouldn't let you
Yeah.
answer questions about your involvement. True?
I wouldn't say that she wouldn't let me, but she advised me.
No objection still. These
So,
are conversations
your
between him and his
statement
attorney.
about
That's
actually-
Clearly
confidential.
privileged.
He's waiving them.
First
Yep.
time that we're getting an
I'm not
insight
sure
on
why.
what actually happened is today, right?
Because Binger's not objecting.
I don't think
I
that's
mean, that's
accurate.
why.
Yeah.
Well, on the
Right, but I'm not sure
24th,
why he's not
you
objecting.
Answer questions, right?
The 24th of
Because he has a 1,000-yard stare right now.
And
That's
the
why.
day after the incident, you acknowledge you left out the fact that you even had a gun, right?
that is correct.
On September 24th, he left out the gun fact. After
You-
watching video.
Mr. Binger asked you about this.
After he was
You were
no longer
asked for
medicated.
permission to look through your phone, right?
I do recall that, yes.
Marcy's Law.
You never actually gave your phone to Detective Antaramian to look through, did you?
My phone was picked up off the street the night of the 25th. So no, I didn't give my phone to anybody. Somebody, and I'm assuming a police officer had picked it up.
My question to you, that wasn't my question to you. My question to you was, Detective Antaramian asked you for permission to look through your phone, and you never gave him your phone. True?
I never gave him permission to look through my phone, no.
You just answered the wrong question, but in the best way.
Are you aware that he had a search warrant for your phone?
No, I was not.
You weren't even served with the search warrant.
Yeah, I want to ask about service. Ask about service.
So,
Did he sign an admission of service when the search warrant was given to him, an acknowledgement? That'd be even funnier.
is he-
Mr. Grosskreutz, I'm going to walk you through a little bit of the video.
Where is lunch? I have to go to the bathroom so bad.
You can't
Pinch
miss
it
this,
off,
though.
Nick.
You can't miss this.
You heard what?
15, 20 minutes. I sent
From
you.
now?
Yes. the new-
Okay.
yeah.
It's up to
15,
you.
20 minutes. Get a rubber band, Nick.
You had asked for 12 to 1. You were in the middle of an examination, so I will
You're not using diapers by
I'll hear
now?
from you guys as to what you want to do.
I don't want to disclose my fetishes.
Okay. I'll give you an hour whenever we stop. Okay.
I might have to step away. Oh, I don't want to miss this. It's so good.
Stop it. A lot. Okay, go ahead. Now,
I'll be right back, guys. I can't take it. I'll die.
Okay, go quick.
His glands are
Quick,
weak.
let's steal his channel.
Welcome to the illegal mindset.
Rusty has put it.
Illegal
Up to you.
mindset
I don't.
bites.
You,
Bites. There you go. The legal mindset bites. Or the illegal bites.
oh, he's got.
Oh.
I like that.
I do.
okay, now you agree he advanced on what ran after came up to Mr. Rittenhouse, right?
Can you rewind just slightly?
Can you just go?
Just the tip of the rewind.
So, you agree that he runs up to Mr. Rittenhouse and then applies the brakes, right?
I do.
Okay, and you'd agree that he's me to you away,
And that's a fair assessment, yes.
2-3 feet. He's advancing on Mr. Rittenhouse, and you'd agree he puts his hands up, and Mr. Rittenhouse never fires his gun. Correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Good.
Now
That's good for Kyle.
you're off screen here at this point, right? You haven't come into the frame yet.
No, I have not.
Okay. That is, for lack of a better term, this gentleman right here. This is Jump Kick Man, right?
I believe so, yes.
So
If you guys have played Marvel versus Capcom, he's like the character that comes in, hits, and then goes off screen.
So you now see that Jump Kick Man kicked Mr. Rittenhouse in the face, and 2 shots are fired, correct?
With this video, yes.
You hear that, right?
In the moment, yes, I did hear it.
Okay.
He's
Now-
trying to distinguish between in this video and in the moment.
Yeah.
This is Mr.
It just makes it look like he's trying to weasel out of answering.
It is hard to see with whatever is blocking.
We just stole your whole channel, but it's okay. Don't worry about
That's
it.
fine. How bad has this been?
That is correct, yes.
No, we're just talking about the Marvel vs. Capcom assist fighter that came in with the jump kicks, man, and then he comes off screen, you know.
Yeah.
That is correct, yes.
And you are running, correct?
Yes, I was.
Thank you for that.
Now, you had originally...
You're welcome.
You wanted... you were going to tell Mr. Hewitt to stop hitting him, but now you understand that you didn't say anything. You were just running, whatever word you want. You're moving towards Mr. Rittenhouse, right?
That is correct, yes.
Okay. We just heard a shot, yes?
Correct.
Okay. And to be fair, that you put on the brakes, right? You were running, you then almost stop in your tracks. Fair enough?
Correct.
Okay. And I don't know if your arms are up at that point, but it looks like you're kind of protecting your head at that point. Is that fair?
That is correct.
Okay. How far do you think you are away from him at that point, to the best of your ability?
8 feet.
I would say about there, between
Me and you?
you and I, correct.
So 3 feet?
That's
3 to
not
5.
3 feet. That's easily more than 3 feet, and I'd say more than 5.
Now, at that point, you have your hands up, right?
Yes, I do.
Now, you probably don't notice him at the time. This guy's holding up what looks like a wooden
Club.
club of some type.
Some sort of wooden object, yes.
Okay. So your hands are up, and at that point, he has not fired at you, correct?
No, he is not.
He's not even pointing it actually at him at the moment, unless he's shooting him
You
in the
would agree
knees.
At this point, you are dropping your hands, you are loading your front foot, and you are moving toward Mr. Rittenhouse at that point. True?
Yes.
Okay. So
Oh boy. Here it comes.
when you
Is he reenacting this in the courtroom?
can you bring up the photo? You'd agree. And now wait, how close do you think you are to him at that point?
Closer.
2
3 feet. If it was 5 feet before, it would. So
He's
So
still
tell me
not
if I've
3
got
feet away.
the lay of the land. At this point, you're holding a loaded, chambered Glock 27 in your right hand. Yes?
that is correct. Yes.
Which has an advantage over an AR at that range.
Advancing on Mr. Rittenhouse, who is seated on his butt, right?
That is correct.
Oh,
You're moving forward, and your right hand drops down with your gun. Your hands are no longer up, and now the gun is pointed in the direction of Mr. Rittenhouse. Agreed? I'll give you a picture. Maybe that'll help.
oh no!
Because he's not going to be able to weasel out. He's not going to be able to weasel out with a photo. Because then he just looks like an idiot. Or maybe not an idiot, but a weasel.
Yep.
What's the next one?
You should turn off your share screen while you search for your picture, just in case there's porn. Professional advice. And by the way, if your law firm has sufficient resources, you should have a laptop exclusively for evidence that you will use in the courtroom that has nothing else on it, in all honesty.
So, Mr. Grosskreutz, I'm going to show you what has been marked as Exhibit 67. That's a photo of you, yes?
Yes.
Okay. That's Mr. Rittenhouse. Now,
I love that he did this before he answered.
is pointed at Mr. Rittenhouse, correct?
Yes.
Oh, shit. He should have said, no, it's pointed off to the side. I was dropping it down.
That's when he fires his gun. Yes?
No.
Sir, look, I don't want to. Does this look like right now your arm is being shot?
That looks like my bicep being vaporized. Yes.
Okay. And it's being vaporized as you're pointing your gun directly at him. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. So
Wow.
when you
TKO.
reapply
Victory.
with your arms up in the air, he never fired, right?
Correct.
Correct.
It wasn't until you pointed your gun at him, advanced on him, with your gun, now your hands down, pointed at him, that he fired, right?
Correct.
Oh shit!
That's it.
Directed
That's
verdict. Directed verdict on all the murder charges. Kyle knows.
Yeah.
Directed verdict on the murder charges.
He just exhaled. Kyle. Oh, he looks like he's gonna cry.
How do you not acquit after that?
Look at Bigger. Look at Bigger.
You
Look
had-
at Big Boy.
Oh,
man.
big boy!
Oh, Big Boy.
Big mention.
No donuts today, buddy.
Racking.
Oh, the re-racking.
Yes.
That is correct. Yes.
Now, this is your, tell me this is right. This is your tweet from November 5th. So during this trial, you're tweeting out, yes?
Yes.
And you tweet out whoever these people are. Make sure you look and listen for the defendant's firearm malfunction, and then you have a winky emoji face. Is that right?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay. So this is, the 5th was yesterday?
That would have been Friday.
Oh no. He should not have been
Friday
tweeting about this at all.
7:45, You, and what's the winky emoji?
I believe that was in response to whoever the original poster is on there. I don't know
You don't want
what
to.
the original
Don't use
post was,
emojis.
but it was more than likely in response
After
to
you
this person's
fucking
opinion. that
Tried
they
to
posted.
murder someone.
It looks
Yeah,
so
you-
slick.
You had
Like he's
said
trying to be slick with that tweet.
you were looking for a non-lethal way to end this interaction.
That is correct. Yes.
Yet you pulled your gun out and began.
Oh
I'm gonna
God,
use the word
lunch
chase.
can't
You've been-
get here
you've been
fast enough.
Chasing or running after a man who was running away from you, correct?
That is correct.
Now, you had
Gonna
said
shoot him in the leg.
you were asked about the do no harm and the tattoo on your arm and
Oh,
things like
this is
that.
gonna be
doing it.
good.
Binger's face.
You have some regrets from that evening, don't you?
No regrets.
No.
No regrets.
Regrets.
Jacob Marshall's your roommate, isn't he?
No, he's not.
He was your roommate, correct?
He was. Yes.
And Jacob Marshall came to visit you in the hospital. Is that right?
Yes, he did.
And I know he's taken it down, but not before we saw it. He posted something on either Twitter or Facebook,
Oh my.
right?
Correct.
This is him regretting not mag dumping Kyle. Holy God.
Remember what?
The picture that you guys took in the hospital together.
Oh man. Get ready
Yes.
for this, guys.
You're admitting to the picture. He's not going to admit to the tweet, but the picture is with the tweet.
We haven't gotten to it yet, Your Honor. You guys got your state rounds too.
He admitted to the picture. This is Gage's statement.
Yeah. That would be an exception to hearsay
Yep.
because
Party
it's being
statements.
offered against him. It's an admission that he made against his own interests.
And in criminal cases, complaining witnesses are distinct because they are then parties to that the state are advocating on behalf of. So they become parties to the suit. A complaining witness is effectively an adverse party to the defense.
Oh man.
Don't smile, Kyle. Just keep a straight face.
You had no regrets that night, right? Oh, except you regretted not mag dumping into Kyle Rittenhouse. Binger objects. He knows this as if he's not already hollowed out and laying on the ground quivering.
So maybe we should.
Do a recess.
I assume you have more questions beyond this.
Not a ton, but we should probably get this cleared up.
Yeah, we might as well.
Because
Let's take a break. Please
this
don't
will
talk about
All
the
right.
case during
bury
the break.
their
I
witness.
assume your
Frankly, Your
lunch will
Honor.
be here shortly. Don't read, watch, or listen to any account of the trial.
It still leaves them on a high point.
I'll
This
see you
guy
in
is
about
just
1:50.
riddled.
It's a cliffhanger for the
This
jury.
is the worst nightmare scenario going into lunch after a break an hour ago for the state. So they normally I would say you want a fresh jury, but they had a fresh jury going into this cross. They had a 1 hour, they had a 15-minute break. Jury comes back, they're attentive again. You get 1 hour of cross-examination, and they went straight for the throat. Absolutely
Yeah.
demolished Gage.
It was very streamlined. He had no extra fluff. Like, he didn't have anything extra in there that he didn't need. It just was direct, straight to the point. This has been a very effective cross. That he's just like piece by piece, just completely dismantling this whole image that the prosecution just spent so much time building up with the whole, like, do no harm, and I could never shoot someone, and yeah. This
And
has
for
been a
once-
very effective cross.
For once, it was the prosecution that was not objecting when they could have objected. That's something that's relatively rare throughout this case, and we saw it. And maybe it's because they're so demoralized.
They look horrible.
They've also lost a lot of objections.
We'll start there.
Why isn't this hearsay?
I believe I can ask Mr. Grosskreutz if he said it. That's not hearsay. Did you say this to Mr. Marshall?
It's an adverse party statement.
I'm not asking. Sorry.
Well, go ahead. Go ahead.
Not offering it to prove the truth.
He can deny it, right? And then I can call Mr. Marshall, which he was in court. Now he's under subpoena.
Oh, he's here.
He got
is
served.
Look, he's smiling. Look at him.
He got
he's so
served.
excited. He's so excited.
He got served with a subpoena, and he is gone.
Well, let's find out right now whether he's here, because if he isn't here and he was served with a subpoena to appear when?
We need a bailiff to go get him.
Yeah, not till Wednesday.
Okay.
He's going to be in our case in chief.
Okay.
So I believe I can.
But if we could get him today, that'd be better.
Made a statement. If that witness denies it, then I would call somebody to impeach that witness.
Good argument.
I agree with everything, but what was being marked there was a Facebook post from Jacob Marshall. That's my objection. Jacob Marshall's Facebook post is hearsay. They can call him to testify.
He's not asking to offer the exhibit, I don't think. Not yet, anyway. He wants to ask him about the content.
That, as far as that goes, Your Honor, that's fine. I anticipated the exhibit was about to be used since it was in the process of being marked. And that's why I said, Your Honor, I'm going to be objecting on hearsay grounds, because the exhibit is hearsay.
So Judge, I'm going to ask him if he's in this picture, which he is. And if that's Mr. Marshall in the picture, which I believe
He
it
is.
I'm not going to, at this point, I'm not going to ask that the jury see it. But I'm going to ask him about the content of it. And then based on his answer, I'm going to call Mr. Marshall to testify.
And then admit it through him.
Holy shit.
Well, certainly the inquiring about a statement allegedly made by the witness would not be hearsay.
It falls under an exception.
There certainly is a
Social media is
whole
weird, bro.
snake of hearsay, potential hearsay. So we have to be careful.
I'm not going to, I think it's appropriate that he acknowledges that he's in the picture. And then I'm not going to do anything else with it other than to ask him the question.
Excellent.
I'm a good boy, Your Honor. I'm a good boy.
The jury doesn't see that post,
I'm not bigger.
that's my concern. That's hearsay.
Okay.
Look at how scared of Binger is terrified of this.
What time would you like to stack, Judge?
115, please.
Thank you.
Oh
But
my
they'll get it in once
God.
Marshall's on the stand.
This is definitely coming in. There's
Oh, yeah.
there's no way you get around an adverse party statement like this. And you say, oh well, Judge, they can't do that because he's just quoting the adverse party. That is still an exception to the hearsay rule. That is the fact that it's post